Hey, Real Talk Podcast.
Yeah, what up? It's the man about town, Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the Facts. And I know y'all tuned into another episode of Real Talk Podcast, pre-recorded situation. First thing first, all praises be to the Most High. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page. You hear what I'm saying? Smash that like button, and of course, share on your social engineering. Now, when I first heard about this story, I said, what? Now, let me just say this, man. I'm from the streets, right? I done time in the joint, and I done have my time in the streets. Let me tell you something. Two things we absolutely do not ever do, being a guy from the streets or being involved in anything, hustling, whatever that situation is. We don't deal with faggotry. We don't deal with snitchery. Right? We don't do fun boy stuff, and we don't do snitching stuff, flat out. Up until I heard this story, I was a fan of Kodak Black. I've always liked his music. I always thought he was a talented artist. I ain't gonna lie, when I first got hit to Kodak, was when they had that freshman cover on XXL back in 2010. And when I heard the little freestyle they did at the BT Awards, I'm like, nah, that ain't it. All them dudes was garbage on the freestyle. Him, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi Vert, YG, all these guys, trash, right? But I ended up listening to Kodak Black while I was in the joint, and I got hit to his music and his catalog, and I started listening. I'm like, hold on, Yak is really talented for real. He just ain't a good freestyler. But it's been all these rumors of Kodak was cloned, and when he got out of jail from being in prison and all this crazy stuff, which could be argued, but he done did the absolute worst thing he could possibly ever do, and that is interact with a known snitch. I mean, make a song, get on the track with a known rap bastard like Tekashi 6ix9ine. You understand what I'm saying? And this young generation, man, y'all are being indoctrinated, programmed to accept snitching, to accept being a rap bastard. Y'all hear me talk a lot about the concept of the memory hole in George Orwell's dystopian novel, 1984. One of the things about the memory hole, right, was that this was a part of the Department of, the Ministry of Truth, or Mini-Truth, as it was called, right? Why am I bringing up 1984? Because also, as a part of the Ministry of Truth was a department called the Spies. And the spies were the children. And the children were called the Spies, and it was called the Department of the Spies because the children were made to be indoctrinated with the laws of Ingsoc, right? Or the English socialists. And the children's sole purpose in their indoctrination was to question their parents and make sure that their parents were complying with the rules of the system. Hence, they were called the spies because they looked at every single thing their parents did. They scrutinized when their parents could possibly have ever said double think or crime think. Was talking using old speak versus new speak. It was called the Spies. Why am I talking about this? Because the children, through artists like Tekashi 6ix9ine and now Kodak Black, this whole snitching persona, this snitching ideology is being pushed to the kids through the music as if it's a cool and acceptable thing to do, and it absolutely is not. Not just because you're keeping secrets or because you're not telling on somebody who may have done something illegal as far as committing a crime, but even telling on people for thinking outside of the box, having thoughts that go against that of the system. I want y'all to pay attention to this stuff. So for that alone, now I just I'm kind of disappointed in Kodak Black, man. This ain't really got too much to do with Tekashi 6ix9ine and him being a rap bastard. This kind of has to do more with the promoting, the pushing of the spirit of snitching, the ideology of being a rap bastard, of telling on your fellow man, right? In order to gain favor with the system. That's what I'm focusing on here. So I haven't even heard the song yet. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I don't really need to listen to it. I don't particularly want to listen to it for lots of reasons. One, I don't want to listen to no rap bastard ass snitch music. Two, I think Tekashi 6ix9ine is one of the worst people to ever touch a microphone in life. Three, I don't want to hear nothing about no Kodak Black, what he got to say now. Now that I know that you was interacting with known rap bastards, I don't even really want to hear anything you gotta say for real. You act like it really at this point, it really don't even matter what you gotta say. Because it's automatically amongst us real ones from the turf of whatever city we from in this country. Now we looking at you like, that's the look we having on our face. Like, come on, man. Like, for one, you got these Chicago dudes up here making it seem like it's cool to act like a fun boy just so you can avoid possible rent or possible fade with so-called ops. Y'all Chicago dudes is up there getting in fights with dudes, making them bend over naked, and then hocking a loogie in they booty hole. Like, what is y'all on up there in Chicago, man? Please tell me that is just a Cook County thing, and that's not a statewide Illinois thing. Because that's very disgusting if y'all doing that. That's very fun boy, very, very pause. You know, it's very GAY to sit up there and do something like that. So let's be clear on that, man. Like I say, man, I done been in the joint. I'm not proud of that. I don't talk about it a lot unless it's in context or reference to what I'm talking about. I don't speak on it. My content isn't surrounded around it or by it. You know what I'm saying? It's not the focus of my content, and I don't put it on the pedestal if it's just something to be honored and cherished. No, it's not. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's the absolute worst, but yet best time of my life. Right? And when it shoe fits, and when it's properly in this context, I'll discuss my experience being locked up, but it's not something I feel is necessary to speak on a lot. Right? I don't think it's not, like I said, I don't base my content off of my experiences of being in prison. If you never heard me talk about it, or if you wasn't locked up with me and you just had a conversation with me or regular run-in with me, you wouldn't even think that I've been to prison, let alone did 6.5 years in prison. So, you know what I'm saying? The snitch culture is real. The spirit of snitching runs rampant amongst the streets, especially in these YouTube streets and this rap game as well. So just be on the lookout, man. Stay true. Always winning. Keep doing what you do. Always stay true. You know what I mean? If you're not ready to go spend years of your life in the penitentiary without compromising the lives of anybody that you was in concert with while you was committing your crimes, then don't commit crimes. If you're not going to stand 10 toes down and get caught up, jammed up, and you're going to keep your mouth shut and go do your time like a man, you understand me? Then don't get involved in criminal activity. Leave it alone. You understand what I'm saying? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share your social engineering. Hey.
It's different. Stacks with the facts. E&E. Stimulus package. Let's go. I'm from that nutty north. Agla Green, Cleveland, and have number streets. Windsor Terrace, Short North. On my north side, just ride with me. Brittany Hill, South Mott, New Jack, what's in the noon? Can't forget about P Street and L Block 2, cause they some goons. Nutty North, Agla Green, Cleveland, and have number streets. Windsor Terrace, Short North. On my north side, just ride with me. Brittany Hill, South Mott, New Jack, what's in the noon? Can't forget about P Street and L Block 2, cause they some goons. What you fuck niggas know about the north side? North side till I die, got a lot of pride. P Street where I saw my first homicide. Cause I left you working at the Dutchess for $1.05. What you fuck niggas know about big city? Sound cone, get a scussy for $1.50. Venues, egg rolls, best in the city. Big daddies had the freshest gear in the city. Stacks with The facts ain't nobody fucking with me. Grown folks was a pop club in the city. Philly Grill had the best drinks in the city. Death place closed down cause they drinks were shitty. Got love for the east side, love for the south side, got love for the west side too. But I'm from up north where we get money and slide through your hood like it's a drive-through. Walk through your hood, not just drive through. In your hood I'm good, I'm that fly dude. All these bitches wanna kick it like Ryu. In my DL, kissy face, hi boo. If you from up north, rep that shit. Say it real loud with your chest, nigga. No NBA, no EA Sports, but I still ball on the best. That nutty north, Agna Green, Cleveland Ave, number streets, Windsor Terrace, Short North. All my north siders ride with me. Brittany Hill, South Mott, New Jack, Joyce in the noon. Can't forget about P Street and L Block 2, cause they some goons. Nutty North, Agna Green, Cleveland Ave, number streets, Windsor Terrace, Short North. All my north siders ride with me. Brittany Hill, South Mott, New Jack, Joyce in the noon. Can't forget about P Street and L Block 2, cause they some goons. Brooklyn Mall was the best one we ever had. That's where I caught the patent leather Jordan 11s at. That's where I caught my first herringbone chain at. That's where I saw my first stone of cocaine at. Give me a beat, I'm a propane at. Mifflin Middle's where I learned to spit flames at. P Street where I really sold cane at. One of the reasons why the street is really named that. Straight facts, I ain't never gotta lie to ya. Northside pride, gotta keep it live for ya. My Crip niggas dark blue like they play for Hoyas. My blood niggas die moon like the Massa Wars. Can't forget about Genesee Avenue. That's where a nigga made dividends revenue. Murder Street, Miss Enos Jerk Barbecue. Island Vibes, Windsor and Cleveland Avenue. Caddy Corner, across the street, Tom's Corner Store. Just one thing, Windsor Terrace famous for. Can't forget about D&J's 4th and 8th. Agent's Crib cooking up 4 ways and 8. On my north side niggas, yeah, we really great. Name a better side of town, I sit and wait. All y'all other side of towns, y'all went away. All y'all other side of towns, y'all went away. Nutty North, Agna Green, Cleveland Ave, number streets, Windsor Terrace, Short North. All my north siders ride with me. Brittany Hill, South Mott, New Jack, Joyce and the noon. Can't forget about P Street and L Block 2, cause they some goons. Nutty North, Agna Green, Cleveland Ave, number streets, Windsor Terrace, Short North. All my north siders ride with me. Brittany Hill, South Mott, New Jack, Joyce and the noon. Can't forget about P Street and L Block 2, cause they some goons.